So a quick Giants video. Of course, the Giants play tomorrow night against the Buccaneers, but a report came out I saw this morning from, I think the name is Jason La Canfora, hopefully I'm pronouncing that one right, that it seems inevitable that the Giants will move on from Dave Gettleman. Now, it's not a surprise to me whatsoever, but also says that one of the guys atop the Giants' next GM candidate list will be Nick Caserio, the executive for the New England Patriots. Now, for Gettleman, I'm not surprised whatsoever. I think ever since that Week 3 game, and even before that for me personally, but especially after that Week 3 game against the Niners at home where the Niners missed about half of their team, the Giants got blown out, I said to myself, that's got to be it. Like, there's no way this guy can save his job and salvage what he's done here. The Giants apparently had much higher expectations this year, and they did not reach them. So, yeah, it's not surprising me whatsoever. And the Giants have been... they could be a team with 3 or 4 wins right now, don't get me wrong, but the Giants are still not close to being a good team. I still think they're 1 or 2 years away from being like a playoff team. We'll see how long that actually takes. But Gettleman has definitely underperformed so far at his job. I really can't defend the guy. I've never tried to defend the guy, but I don't even think the Gettleman supporters from the past can really support him now. Like, there's a few people left. I don't know if they're trolling or not, but it's very hard to defend what Gettleman has done here the past 3 years. But for Nick Caserio, I put it out there today. I put out like that Larry David gif of him going like, not sure like what the answer is. And people are like, oh, how could you not like Nick Caserio? But, my simple answer to that is like, I don't know if I like Nick Caserio or not, but my simple answer is that the Patriots, like, drafting and personnel moves the past few years have not been the greatest. I mean, they've made some good moves. They have, Chase Winovich from last year's draft. They got a guard in the 6th round this year that looks good. But, and I know Bill Belichick has the final say in personnel moves, so it can't be all on Caserio. But at the same time, the Patriots have not really produced that much talent in free agent signings and in the draft and things like that in recent years. Of course, they've done it in the early part of this decade, even the late part of this decade until the last couple of years. But that is the one concern I have. And he's not my top candidate. I still want Ed Dodds. I still love Adam Peters from the 49ers. And, we'll see exactly what type of list of candidates the Giants will interview, and then I'll do deeper research about those guys. But those are just the names I looked at. But, I do prefer Ed Dodds right now. I do prefer Adam Peters. But Caserio cannot be any worse than Dave Gettleman. That is the positive spin on it. But at the same time, I'm not fully convinced that he's like this great GM. We'll see. I feel like if the Giants actually hired him, I can fully get behind it and be okay with that because, he's an analytics guy. He's had a lot of success. He's worked with our head coach before. So, that there are positives about him, but I'm not 100% sold like some people are. So it's a wait and see thing for me. This is probably not going to happen for a while. I mean, the Giants probably won't hire a new GM until the season's over. But for Dave Gettleman, I would say if the Giants lose, and let's hypothetically say the Giants lose the next 3 games, which is possible. They play Tampa tomorrow, which I think is basically inevitable that they're going to lose that game. Then they play, I think, the Eagles or Washington. I don't know what the order is, but those 2 teams after that, I'll just look it up real quick. But I'm pretty sure the Giants play those teams coming up in the future. So if they lose those next 3 games, which I guess is possible, and the Giants, of course, could beat Philly. They could beat Washington. They already beat Washington once. It's Tampa at Washington in Week 9, and then Week 10 is home against Philly. So if they somehow go 0-3 in these games, or hell, even go 1-2, which seems like the most likely outcome, then why not move on? You already know you're going to fire this guy. I don't see the reason of keeping him around. The Giants can get a head start on their next GM search, which would be great. They already have their head coach in place, we think, in Joe Judge, which is nice. So why not fire Gettleman, get him out of here, and just start the process of finding a new GM? I think that'd be the smartest thing to do, rather than keep him the last 6 games here, a final 2 months, or just a month, a little over a month basically, of keeping him here when he's a dead man walking. It's kind of like the Jets with Adam Gase. A lot of people are like, why isn't Adam Gase fired? My conspiracy is that they want the Jets to go 0-16. I think that's Joe Douglas's plan, honestly. So there's a reason Adam Gase is still there. Maybe they want him to suffer through this. I have no idea. But for Gettleman, there's really no point for the Giants to keep him. I know the Giants want to be a team that shows stability, and you don't want to fire people in season. That's not the look that John Mara wants, although they did it in 2017 with the coach and GM. But that was under different circumstances. But once again, this is a really bad team. Record-wise, they're 1-6. Should they be better than 1-6? Yeah, probably, but they are 1-6. You are what your record says you are. So if they go 1-2, 0-3 these next couple or next few weeks, I say pull the plug. I'm not saying that as a Gettleman hater. I'm saying that as a logical fan. Pull the plug. There's no reason to keep him around. So, and people will probably think I'm going to throw a party, as I always say, when Gettleman's actually fired. But what I said was, if you fire Gettleman and then hire someone just as bad, or hell, even worse, if that's possible, then we're just going nowhere. Like, I don't care if Gettleman's fired. I just want to hire the right guy. I don't have a personal vendetta with the guy. Gettleman seems like an all right person. I don't hate him, but I want the right GM in here, of course. That's like the big thing. So I don't care who it is, just get it right. Like, I can only do so much as a fan. Like, I just want them to get the right guy. I can come on here and offer opinions about who the next GM is, but we won't know until it happens, which will probably be sometime in mid to late January, I would assume. So we'll find out. But if Nick Caserio is the guy, as I said, I can get behind it. I just have my fears, I guess, and concerns because of the recent drafting and personnel decisions that team has made. So it's not their fault. Tom Brady left, of course, I get that. There's probably some turmoil with him and the head coach, but, at the same time, like, that team went from Super Bowl 2 years ago, first round playoff exit, and now they're like 2-5, I think. It's not really their fault that Cam Newton looks like he's broken, but still, they're not moving in the right direction, so I'll put it that way. But yeah, if they hire him, I can get behind it. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this news. I think it's inevitable as well that Gettleman will be fired. Some people comment like, what would happen if Gettleman came back next year? I don't even pay attention. I really don't think it's going to happen. As I said like a couple weeks ago, 95% chance in my mind that he's gone, and maybe more now. So we'll see. If the Giants rattle off some wins the next few games, I really think they might be playing for Gettleman's job here the next 3 games. So we'll see if they can go 3-0, 2-1. I think 2-1 is much more possible than 3-0. But if they go 2-1 here, beat Washington, beat Philadelphia, maybe they hold on to them until the end of the season. But if they go 1-2, 0-3, I think that might be it. So I guess we'll find out. Eagles take the lead 7-3. I guess we'll find out what happens in the near future. But let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Let me know if you want Nick Caserio as the next GM for the Giants. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you after the game tomorrow.